Okay, welcome everybody. So in this video I wanted to address a subject that comes up a lot on some of the chat forums and stuff about how to survive in Dungeons and Dragons. So stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts.
I pull my wand out, abracadabra.
Hi, welcome everybody. In this video I wanted to talk about how to survive in Dungeons and Dragons. You see the topic come up a lot on the forums, so I wanted to give you my thoughts. Okay, so anyone who's played any of the official modules will know they're actually quite tough. They're designed to make you think, they're designed to be tricky. A lot of DMs will try and adjust things to try and make it easier for the players, or take the responsibility on themselves to try and protect the players so they don't get killed. But that responsibility is really down to the players, and there's quite a number of things that people sometimes forget that you can do to really mitigate the risk of you dying and surviving the game. So let's look at it first of all. When you come to an encounter, there's three things you kind of want to look at. First of all, can I fight it? Whatever it is you've come across, can I fight it? Secondly, can I fool it? Thirdly, if I can't fight it and I can't fool it, can I escape from it? So let's look at those and break them down individually. So looking at the first one, can I fight it? Maybe you'll know because you've come across this kind of creature before, or maybe your DM will have given you some kind of hint in the description of the encounter that you've come across. So you're going to have a rough idea based on that whether or not you think you're going to fight it. If you're not sure, you can always have a little crack at it and see how it goes. So the first one, can you fight it? If you can't fight it, have a think to yourself, can I fool it? So there's lots of different mechanics within D&D whereby you can manipulate or trick other NPCs into doing different things. You've got your persuasion skill checks, you've got your intimidation skill checks. A lot of these monsters, particularly the early level ones, aren't particularly intelligent or wise. So if you think you can't fight them, maybe you can stop and talk to them, tell them some kind of story, make something up, maybe try and bribe them, trick them in some way using your speech. Failing that, there's a number of little spells that some classes get for free, or some races get for free at the beginning, little cantrips which could really help. And I'm thinking about things like minor illusion or disguise yourself. If you can't fight it, why don't you just disguise yourself as something that that creature considers friendly and walk straight past it? Many players in some of the games I've played have done exactly that, getting out of situations that they actually thought were perilous. Or minor illusion. You got thinking about Lost Mines of Phandalin starter set. That opening scene tends to catch a lot of people out. It can be quite brutal if you're not used to the game. Why don't you just cast an illusion of a treasure chest sitting in front of the goblins? We all know they're greedy. They'll soon be distracted by a little chest of treasure lying in the ground in front of them. They'll all come running out of hiding. Job's a good one. Okay. So moving on from can I fool it to can I escape from it. There's loads of, if you can't fight something, you don't think you're going to win and you're not going to fool it, then get out of there. No one has to make, you don't have to stand there and fight stuff. Escape, live to fight another day. There's loads of actions that you can do within the game, within combat, that people tend to forget. You've got the shove action, you can shove people out of the way, maybe knock them prone. You've got the dash action, you've got the disengage action that stops them taking an attack of opportunity. All of these things are designed for you to be able to leave a combat situation, move away, and then try and maybe approach a situation differently, avoid it differently, but you're living to fight another day. And there's also some spells that you can use as well that might help you with that. So I'm thinking about dancing lights or prestidigitation. You can do these things to cause a distraction, something that's going to cause the creature, whatever it is that's attacking you, to look away for a second. It might be enough that the DM gives you advantage on a roll, or gives that creature disadvantage on the roll, or maybe even scares it away. You can make the sound of like an elf warband approaching. That would be enough to scare the goblins away so that you can make your escape, or you don't have to fight them at all. And all of these things, if you've got a good DM, all of these things should still earn you the XP for the encounter. You've still accomplished what it is you're trying to do. You still got past that point in there. So don't worry too much about I need the XP, so I've got to fight this creature no matter what. So really and truly, fighting is kind of like the last option. And with these three things, when you get into an encounter situation, can I fight it? Can I fall it? Can I escape from it? Do that every turn. Reevaluate. It might be that you've started fighting a creature and the fight's going bad, so reevaluate it. Halfway through it, you want to look at that again. So can I fall it? Can I escape from it? If it's not going your way, get out of there. Go and do something else. And you should be able to, in a good game, you should be able to stop the action and go into a more role-playing mode if you want to. There's nothing wrong with stopping in the middle of the fight if you can do it, and having a chat with this creature. You can surrender to the creature and come along, sort of trick it later. Let it capture you and take it back to its den. You know, all of these things move the game forward, and ultimately you're not dead. So that's what you've got to kind of look at. Other ways of fighting. Don't just stand there slashing away, hack, 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 hack until you die. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.